Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert Storms. We are here with yet again another live stream because the live streams have been going pretty well. So we are doing a live stream. Today's discussion is going to be on Warner Brothers and the future of the DCEU. There's been a lot of problems going on. We're going to discuss it rather. Just give me 1 second to go ahead and share this stuff on social media. Let's way we get a bigger crowd here, a bigger live chat, and we will start the discussion. Let more people jump on in here. Give me 1 second, because they don't really give, like, there's no other easier way to do this but when I'm live. So I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Just catch me a break here. All right. Okay, so I shared on social media, so you guys can start firing in your questions at any point. And then we'll just start talking. The main topic today is the future of the DCEU, but we can talk about anything. You guys want to talk about Endgame, we can talk about Endgame. You guys want to talk about Captain Marvel, we can talk about Captain Marvel. We can talk about the Fox merger. We can talk about literally anything that you guys want to talk about. But I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on the whole Ezra Miller rewriting the Flash script and the whole CEO stepping down from Warner Brothers. So let's talk about the Flash thing first. So in May, Ezra Miller's contract expires. Okay, and then he would no longer be the Flash. He was hired back in 2017, and he was supposed, he's starting the Flash. He had a cameo in Suicide Squad, BVS, and he played the Flash in Justice League. Well, the Flash movie's been a mess. They had like 8 different directors on this thing, 500 different scripts. Nobody cared. So now Ezra Miller's like, well, we finally got the script ready. The people who wrote the script for Spider-Man Homecoming, and the people that directed what was the name of that fucking movie? Game Night. They wrote the script. They're supposed to be directing the Flash, but Ezra Miller looked at it. He's like, no, I want a darker Flash movie. So now him and Grant Morrison are going to rewrite the script. So this thing's a fucking mess. Come May, Ezra Miller's contract's over. So at that point, we would lose Ezra Miller, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill. I mean, that's half your Justice League. That leaves you with Gal Gadot, Aquaman, and Cyborg. So that leaves you with Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman. That's the remainder of your Justice League that are still here. So half your Justice League is going to be recast. At this point, should they just reboot the DCEU? I mean, for love of God, we have what was the name of the director? James Wan of Aquaman. This dude wants to do all kinds of spin-offs. Like, he's looking at, he's like, I want to do a trench. I want to do this. I want to do that. So right now, DC is like all over the place. The CEO of Warner Brothers just stepped down due to accusations with him, I guess, having sex with this actress to get her parts. And it's a whole fucking mess over there. So that's fucking crazy. We got a symbol of the Matt Reeves Batman movie. There was like a leak of his logo, but no credible sources that I followed, The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, none of them are reporting that as being legit. So that's why I didn't do a video on it, because it's just speculation at this point. But you look at the landscape of Warner Brothers, right? You have James Gunn, who's still going to direct Suicide Squad 2, but he's going back to Marvel. So, I mean, what's going to happen now with Suicide Squad? He's going to direct it, but what happens after that movie's done? I mean, Jared Leto's possibly out as the Joker, which I don't think anybody really cared about Jared Leto's Joker anyway. So, the whole DCEU at this point just looks like a goddamn mess. No Henry Cavill, no Ben Affleck, no Ezra Miller. The Flash movie's not happening, or it looks like it's not going to happen. That thing happened. At one point, it was supposed to be Flash and Cyborg movie, then a Flashpoint movie, and they had like 8 different directors. Nothing fucking worked. Ezra Miller, who never wrote a goddamn thing in his life besides a couple short stories or short film scripts, he's gonna try to rewrite this thing. It's just a complete fucking mess over there, and they're over there, scrambling around. The Aquaman hit $1 billion, but did Aquaman really hit $1 billion? And the reason why I bring this up is because if superhero movies weren't so popular right now, would Aquaman have hit $1 billion, or is it the success of the MCU helped Aquaman hit $1 billion? That's the question. People can debate it and be like, well, no, that has nothing to do with it because Ant-Man didn't hit $1 billion. So you might be right. I'm just saying that the DCEU's in shambles right now. We have the Birds of Prey movie coming out, and it doesn't look like any Birds of Prey I ever seen, but I'm still interested in it. Great casting and whatnot. But when you look at like what Ezra Miller rewriting shit, Ezra Miller's the actor. Like, who are you to tell the directors how to do their shit? So it's a fucking mess, but that's really my thought on it. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can start firing them in, and I'll get to it. Darth Promise writes, what if James Gunn dropped out of Suicide Squad just to spite WB? I don't think James Gunn will do that, only because James Gunn is professional. He made a deal with Warner Brothers. That would just be a dick move. Now, what the rumors going around is that what's been the main thing with people leaving Warner Brothers? You know, Ben Affleck. Well, first it started with Josh Whedon. Josh Whedon was supposed to do Batgirl, and he left. He's like, yeah, I just couldn't crack it. I couldn't crack the character. Then Ben Affleck leaves officially. And he's like, yeah, I had a script, but eventually I just couldn't crack the character. Now Ezra Miller's getting ready to write the script for The Flash. And I guarantee you, come May, Ezra Miller's going to leave, like, yeah, I tried to write the script, I couldn't crack it. So now, what happens if out of nowhere James Gunn's like, yeah, I tried writing the script for Suicide Squad, and I just couldn't crack it. The key word over at Warner Brothers is they can't be cracking, because there is no cracking nothing over at Warner Brothers. When there's creative differences and actors and directors and stuff leave the DCEU, their main excuse is, we just couldn't crack it. You're going to tell me that Josh Whedon, the guy responsible for Buffy, the guy who did Avengers, the guy that did so much, Firefly, could not crack a Batgirl movie? Really? Ben Affleck, Oscar-winning writer, his movie Argo won Best Picture, could not crack a Batman movie, when he himself is a massive Batman fan. This guy couldn't crack a Batman script. When the directors of the Batman animated movies said that was the best Batman script they ever seen. Okay, so that's part of where Warner Brothers is stepping in and getting our hands in the problems. So we got Ben Affleck leaving because they couldn't crack it. Josh Whedon couldn't crack it. Ezra Miller's going to take a stab at Flash. Guarantee you by the end of May, we'll find out that, end of May, early June, we'll find out Ezra Miller's contract expired. He left because he just couldn't crack the Flash script. That's their key thing over there. Hyphon writes, Robert, do you watch the Flash TV show? Honestly, at this point, the movie would have done nothing on the TV show. Well, that was the big problem going in, right? Because I am a huge fan of the Flash TV show. I haven't watched no episodes this year because I like to wait for the entire season to get done and just binge them. A lot of people didn't like last year's Flash, but me, I binged it all in a week, and I really liked what they were doing with it last year. Really can't wait to watch it this year. But that was the problem when they hired Ezra Miller. It was like, well, he's not Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin as Barry Allen, like that show is able to take a serious but lighthearted approach to the source material, and really at the end of the day, it's like, that is my Flash. That's the Flash that I like to see. And it's going to be really hard because when we go see the movie, if the movie ever gets done, we're just going to be like, well, it's not the TV show. It's not the TV show. And that's the problem you're going to run into. That is a major problem. And so I agree with you there. Lego Boy Master writes, Robert Storm, do you think the next Justice League movie will be a reboot or a sequel? They might go the same route as Suicide Squad, where it's a soft reboot. At this point, I already named half your cast of the Justice League is all gone. Ben Affleck gone. Henry Cavill gone. Ezra Miller's contract's up in May, and he'll be gone. So that leaves you Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg. And they haven't done diddly shit with Cyborg. Originally, Cyborg was supposed to be in the Flash movie. They've done diddly shit with him. So, yeah, is it going to be... I don't know, man. It's almost like they're doing just soft reboot of the whole goddamn franchise, to be honest with you. You have the CEO giving parts to actresses for sex, and to be honest with you, it's a whole goddamn thing, and it's crazy what's going on over there. So, I just don't know, to be honest with you. Draven writes, would you want Justice Society movie with Dr. Fate, Hawkman? That would be fucking awesome. Awesome. Now, we got a Stargirl live action show coming out on the DC streaming service. I'm kind of curious to see where that's going to go. Big fan of the Justice Society. Some of my favorite stuff in Smallville is when they introduced the Justice Society of America. Love that stuff so much. So I want to see the Justice Society done. And I loved when they added Hawkeye and Hawkgirl into the CW Arrowverse, but then they killed them like in the first season of Legends, which at that point I stopped watching Legends. I really liked Hawkman and Hawkgirl, but yeah, I would love to see a Justice Society. The problem is, let's see if they can get this DCEU thing done right, because right now I don't think they even know what they're doing. Lego Boy Master writes, do you think the DCEU has a bright future for female lead movies? Well, they have Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Both of them are female. That was a joke. That was a joke. But yeah, right now they don't have a future in hardly anything. So right now they need to worry about concentrating on getting the movies done before they even think about doing female-led movies. Whereas the MCU is already successful. They went through 3 phases, the Infinity Saga, and their first female movie outdid Wonder Woman. And if I go out on the street and tell people, if this was 4 years ago, and I went up to them like, what movie would you rather see, Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel? And I say, which one do you think is going to make more money? Guarantee you, more people are going to say Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the iconic name. Captain Marvel comes out in 7 days, beats Wonder Woman. So the MCU is in a better state right now when it comes to making these movies, because they can simply just, I don't want to say they just put out anything and make money, because that's not true. They put a certain quality. People know what they're getting when they go to an MCU movie. They know they're going to go get some great action, a good story, and fun, enjoyable. That's the thing. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Even people that don't like Captain Marvel will say at least there's certain parts enjoy about it. It's fun. You know, I wasn't a big fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I found it enjoyable while I was watching it. Where you go see something in the DCEU, and not all the time, you're not having fun the entire time. You don't know what to expect. You're going in, you don't know. Shazam looks like it's going to be very enjoyable. We're just going to have to wait and see how Shazam turns out. But first early reviews are really good. Let me see. I see some questions passed. I Am an Avenger writes, do you think a Legion of Superhero movie could work in the DCEU? At this point, I don't want to say what could work in the DCEU, what can't work in the DCEU, because I don't think DCEU knows what's going to work in the DCEU. Right now, this is the DCEU. Whoop! Throw everything up on the wall. Well, that's sticking. That's kind of sticking, but that's sticking. We're going to go with Plan 554, and they're going to hopefully see where that goes. But that's the state of the DCEU right now, is they don't know what they're doing. Their top actors are leaving. They don't know what they're doing with how hard is it to do a Man of Steel 2 and a Flash movie? It's not hard, right? It's not hard at all. So that's just the problem with the DCEU right now, is they don't have no leadership. I've always said that. They have no leadership. They don't know where they're going with their properties. They don't know if they want to do Connective Universe, or they, like, now you got Patty Jenkins coming out saying Wonder Woman 1984 is not even a sequel. What the fuck does that mean? It's not a sequel. What do you mean it's not a sequel? It's obvious a fucking sequel. You got the same goddamn characters in the goddamn thing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy right now what's going on with the state of the DCEU. I want it to succeed so much. Like, I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman 1984. I'm looking forward to Shazam. I'm really looking forward to Shazam. Shazam is one of my most anticipated films of this year. But right now, you know, just what the fuck is going on over there? Danny Graham writes, do you think James Cameron will shut the fuck up now that he is under the Disney Marvel umbrella? No, James Cameron is a fucking douchebag. He's gonna do and say whatever the fuck he wants. That's why I'm personally, like, I don't want to sit here and say I'm not gonna go see Avatar. I'll tell you right now, as of right now, I do not want to see Avatar. Just the thought of it is like, I just don't care. But I'm not going to say I'm not going to go see it, because if I see a trailer and it's intriguing, I'm going to go see it. But James Cameron is a douchebag. He's always been a douchebag. He's always gonna be a douchebag. He thinks his shit don't stink. He thinks he's the best thing to ever hit fucking cinema. And yeah, him being under the Disney umbrella now isn't gonna change the fact that him being a douchebag. That's just the way I look at it. Landon writes, Robert Storms, what has a brighter future, the MCU or the DCEU? How is that a question? How is that even a question? That is not even a question. Yeah, so I'm sorry, unless it's a question, I can't acknowledge that, because that's not a question. What else we got here? Hyphon Rise. Will Endgame make more money than Avatar, highest grossing film of all time? Everything's possible. Everything has a possibility, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Because I think Force Awakens came the closest, and it's at number 3 under Avatar and Titanic. I doubt it, guys. I really do. It's really gonna take a lot of people to keep supporting the movie, and that's a problem. So many people went to go see Avatar and Titanic multiple times. So many people brought their girlfriends to see Titanic 5, 10, 15 fucking times. People are going to have to do that with Endgame. People are going to have to go back and see it like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So it's really going to come down to that. Darth Promise writes, do you think Cyborg could appear in a potential Teen Titans movie? That would be something they need to greenlight. That would be something they need to greenlight. Like, if we're not going to get a Justice League movie anytime soon, give us a Teen Titans movie. Call it Titans, call it Teen Titans, call it, I don't give a fuck. Just, that's something they could do. I think Cyborg was completely wasted in Justice League, as well as most of the characters in Justice League. I don't know why they decided to go with Cyborg in Justice League. I'd rather see them put him in a Teen Titans movie, and I'm hoping they do that. But we don't know what's going on with the DCEU. Right now, they look like they were doing so good, right? They look like they were doing really good. They had Wonder Woman was a huge success. Justice League, best not even talk about Justice League. The little is said, the better. And then Aquaman came out, crossed $1 billion. Shazam's getting great social media reviews. The embargo is going to lift up here soon. And then we got, after Shazam, I think the next project after that is either Wonder Woman 1984 or Birds of Prey. I can't remember which one comes first. So it looked positive. And then what happens is we get news that Ben Affleck's left officially. We all knew this like a year ago. There was DCEU fanboys that were in denial going, no, he's still under contract, Rob. He's still, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, man, shut the fuck up, son. He's out. And then he officially came out. And then we have, this whole thing going on with Ezra Miller gonna rewrite the script for The Flash, and it's just a whole fucking thing. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy, guys. Landon writes, who do you think is worse, Geeks or Gamers or Star Wars Girl? That is something I will not comment on my channel. And I will not be answering no more of your questions, Landon. No offense to you. I don't like calling out other channels. I will mock and make fun of other channels, but I would never call them out. Not only that, but that's like the second question you asked that didn't really make any much sense. Hyphon writes, whoa, no. Comic Fan writes, if Marvel does Moon Knight, do you think it could be... it wouldn't cast Rami Malek as Moon Knight? I don't know much about Moon Knight, so I'm not going to fucking pull your chain and even pretend that I know anything about Moon Knight. A lot of people I hear like to call him the Marvel version of Batman. I always looked at Daredevil as the Marvel version of Batman. Because the brutalities, but I also look at Iron Man sort of like the Marvel version of Batman, because you have like the rich guy, the guy that can do the tech, the guy that has no power, the guy has no power, but they have a suit, so anyway, that's what I always say, but, I don't know much about Moon Knight, so I can't really comment too much on that, so I apologize on that one. Jesse writes, do you think a rebooted Green Lantern film will still happen? At this point, I don't even fucking know, man. At this point, I have no idea what can or cannot happen with the DCEU. I did hear some news on it, though. I heard that it was possible, because Ben Affleck came out in a statement and said that he would be up to coming back and directing a DCEU film. So there was rumors going around. These are just rumors, so you can take it however you want it. But the rumor is that Ben Affleck could direct a possible Green Lantern movie with Matt Damon playing Hal Jordan, which would be awesome. Yeah, Matt Damon playing Hal Jordan, teaching a younger actor to play Jon Stewart. I think that would be awesome. That's actually the project I wanted. Oh my God, what's his name now? James Gunn to direct. I wanted James Gunn to direct a Green Lantern movie. I thought that would be right up his wheelhouse, but he decided to do Suicide Squad 2. Sleazy Dog, right? Do you have high expectations for the Joker movie coming out this year? To be honest, I'm excited for the movie, but I'm trying to pump my expectations. I think the problem is so many people go into movies with expectations. Daniel with the super chat. Hold on, I'll get to your question next, my friend. So many people go in movies with expectations, and then when their expectations aren't met, then they want to get upset. Like Last Jedi. So many people went in there going, oh, Snoke is this guy, and Rey's related to this person, and Luke is going to do this. And then when their expectations aren't met, oh, that movie fucking sucks. Did it, though? Did it suck, though? Because Last Jedi is a really, really well-made film. And people don't like it because what they wanted to happen didn't happen. So I'm not going to go in the Joker movie with any high expectations. I'm going to go in and let them, Todd Phillips, you tell me the story, and then I'll judge it from there. Daniel writes with the super chat, fun question. What do you think the percentage odds are of DC versus Marvel in the next 100 years? Who would come out on top, and what would you like to see? All right, so fun question. We're just going to speculate. This ain't never going to happen, but we'll speculate here. Fun fact is, last week me and Adam were getting ready to go see Captain Marvel, and we have this new, like, before movie ritual where we go to the bar across the hall and we get drunk or get tipsy or rather or whatever, and we drink some beers, and then we go to the movie. Well, there was this guy, and this guy clearly doesn't know anything about movies, and he hears us talking about Marvel and stuff, and he's chiming in there, and everything he says doesn't make any goddamn sense. And he's like, you know what I want to see? I want to see that damn Marvel versus DC. And me and Adam just looked at each other and we're like, man, dude, we are not drunk enough for this shit. And we're like, dude, that's never going to happen. But it happened in the comics. And the comics are two different things. It's like there's so many license and movie and copyrights and so many different things in movies that is never going to happen. You have two different studios. You have Warner Brothers and you have Disney. There's no way they could do a Marvel versus DC movie because who gets the rights? Who gets the distribution? The actors, the contracts. It's just, there's 1,000,001 different reasons. Daniel, with a super chat, I'll get to you in a sec. I'll get to you right after this question, buddy. There's 1,000,000 different reasons why this can never happen, ever. Comic books are two different things. Two comic book companies can do a collab and it works. Movie industry cannot work at all doing that. The only way it would ever work, and you said within 100 years, is if at some point within the next 20 to 30 years, Disney ends up buying Warner Brothers. And if they keep producing DC movies like they're doing, Disney might end up buying Warner Brothers. So that is the only way it's ever going to happen. What I would like to see is almost like a Captain America Civil War aspect, where you have Warner Brothers, or you have DC versus Marvel, and then come to find out, like, Thanos teamed up with Darkseid, and they got to team up to take out Darkseid. That's what I would like to see. But that's not going to happen. But anyway. So, Daniel J. with a super chat. Right. I heard that they might merge the DC streaming service with the Warner Brothers service in the future. due to low subscription numbers. What do you think? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is real talk. I was actually thinking about canceling my DC streaming service. I kept it. I watched all the Titans. I kept it. I had it for months. Now. I believe it's like, what, $10 a month, $15 a month? It's not that much money. But here's the problem. I did not like Titans. That show was god-awful. I don't care what anybody says. It's god-awful. I don't know how anybody can enjoy Titans. You'll have one good episode, and then the next episode completely derails everything that they set up in that other episode. There's no coherent story. It goes up, down, they're here, they're there. They don't explain what happens here. They don't explain what happens here. Why is Starfire going after her, and what's going on? And then you lead to the season finale, and like, what's the deal with this crazy family again? And then they lead to the season finale, and you think you're going to get some answers, some closure, and then they do this fucking weird dream scene with Batman going around killing the entire DCEU or DC universe, and then you see Robin going under the spell of what's-her-face's father, and I'm like, just fucking kill me, man. Like, they had some good episodes. There's like maybe 2 or 3 episodes I thought were really solid, but the problem was they never maintained that. The story, like, it's almost like in the beginning of the season, like, if you ever been in a writer's room, they're like, all right, this season, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have the Flash go against a villain, okay, Reverse Flash. And we're going to set up this, and by the end, we're going to find out that this character is really Reverse Flash, and then they're going to have to do this, right? And they make the episodes around that, knowing what their end goal is. To me, Jeff Johns wrote Titans like, yeah, we're going to do this, and then we're going to throw this. And then we're going to have a Hawk and Dove special episode that's not connected to anything. It actually takes place like a couple years before, and then we're going to do this. And then we're going to have this type of episode that does this, and they're going to connect to this. And at the end, we're going to do this real cool thing where Batman just kills everybody, because everybody wants to see Batman just go ham, and it's like, nothing connects. It's pointless. And I was really disappointed in Titans. I know I got a lot of hate for that. I don't give a shit. I'm going to stand by my my opinion. E-Hero, Andrew, I'll get to your question in a second, my friend. I didn't really like it. And then Young Justice came out, which I'm looking forward to. Big fan of Young Justice. And I just remembered Young Justice because of E-Hero, Andrew here. I really like Young Justice, but I only watched the first 3 episodes. I didn't watch the rest because they did this thing where they showed so many, then they stopped and they're going to show the other half like a couple months later, which I wish they would just did it weekly so I can get my weekly dose. But I really like Young Justice, so that might be the reason why I keep it. So you actually kind of talked me into it, E-Hero. But then I put on Doom Patrol. I'm like, I'm going to keep this around because of Doom Patrol. First episode, Doom Patrol comes out, fucking awesome. Awesome. I was like, man, this show is awesome. I'm sitting here on social media, like, Doom Patrol is awesome. I recommend it for everybody. Second episode come out, good. First episode, awesome. Second episode, good. Third episode come out, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? This is ridiculous. And then the 4th episode comes out, I'm like, oh my God. And then I still didn't watch the 5th episode. But I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's like we start off amazing. I'm like, oh no, I'm keeping my streaming service. This is awesome. This is what Titans should have been. Then the second episode, okay, not as good as the first episode, but still solid episode. Third episode, what the fuck happened? 4th episode, shoot me. So I had no interest in watching the 5th episode. So I was really debating today, like, because tomorrow my subscription comes out, right? I'm like, man, should I fucking cancel this? But I really want to watch Swamp Thing. I really want to watch the Harley Quinn animated series when it comes out. I really want to watch Stargirl. But right now there's just not enough content. It's like the movies they give us aren't that good. They don't have every animated movie. They have a nice library of animated movies, but they don't have everyone. They don't have the DCEU films on there. They don't have Wonder Woman. They don't have Justice League. They don't have Man of Steel. They have stuff that nobody wants to watch. Like, who wants to watch the fucking Shazam show from the 80s and 70s? Who wants to, like, no one wants to watch that. Like, yes, I know Tim Burton Batman's popular and they have a lot of fans, but I want to watch other movies. I want to watch, Man of Steel. Granted, I own them all on Blu-ray and 4K. I can just pull them off the shelf, put them in the DVD player, Blu-ray player, and watch them. But I'm paying for your service. This is your DC Universe service. You should have everything DC in your goddamn fucking service. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm paying you $10 a month, okay? $120 a fucking year, and you don't even have goddamn common courtesy to have all your fucking shit on there. Like, there's no reason why, and I think they took the Dark Knight trilogy off. It was on there, and then they kind of took it off. It's like, I want my Christopher Reeves movies. I want my Michael Keaton movies. I want W with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. I'll get to you in a second, too. I want my stuff. You know, everything. Like, I can understand not putting all your comic books on there. Marvel Unlimited has their own thing. That's fine. I use my Marvel Unlimited to read my Marvel comics. I don't buy Marvel comics no more, besides Spider-Man, because I can read all of them for one low price on Marvel Unlimited. I fucking love Marvel Unlimited, get it. I understand you don't want to do that with your DC streaming service, that you still want to sell your books, right? So I understand you have like mixed match comics, which I can't read because I don't want to sit there and invest in a run of comics and then, oh no, you ain't got no more comics because it's not unlimited comics, you know? So you're trying to do this comic, TV show, movie thing, but then you don't have all the shows. You don't have none of the CW shows. There's no reason why you don't have Flash, Supergirl. You are the DC online streaming service. Have your fucking content. Have your content. That's all I'm saying. Have your goddamn fucking content. Jesus. Sorry. I don't know why I'm so pissed off. Let me get back to E-Hero Andrew and I'll come back. But, thank you, Daniel J, for your super chat. I hope I answered your question. E-Hero Andrew, right, I'm keeping my service for Young Justice and the library. I think the library is worthless. I just mentioned why I think it's worthless. Because the comics don't have complete runs. They don't have the comics you're looking for. Really, Young Justice is the only thing I can recommend for people to get it. And that's really it. Let's go to W with the big super chat here. Do you think that using Darkseid as the villain hurt DC? It was similar to Thanos. Why not use the Crime Syndicate, Legion of Doom? It would set them apart. I don't know what you're talking about, W. Because they haven't used Darkseid yet. Originally, that was Zack Snyder's plan. Darkseid was supposed to have a cameo in Justice League. Originally, Justice League was supposed to be 2 parts, with Darkseid playing a major part in one of those films, and Warner Brothers completely scrapped it. I think if they would have left Zack Snyder alone and let him finish his vision, and then after his vision, then pull him off and see where it was going, it would have been better. Because Justice League was awful. Justice League was awful. Yeah, Danny Elfman come in. The score was awful. Nothing like the Hans Zimmer score for Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. Then you have the whole mustache gay, and then they took the fucking movie and they just butchered it. They came in with a stupid ass mandate that had to be under 2 hours. Just so much of that movie just went to shit. And it had nothing to do with Darkseid because we never saw Darkseid. It would have made more sense if they would have showed Darkseid, but they didn't do that. So, yeah, I appreciate the super chat. I really do. I hope I answered your question as best I could, but I actually think it would have benefited they would have. Because it would been like, oh, guys, look, man, Marvel's got Thanos, but they got fucking Darkseid. And it would be like, look at that big bad, and I just think it would have helped out a lot. So, with all the super chats out of the way now, let's see if I can get to a couple regular questions. And here we go. Comic fan, right. How think Marvel would handle a Doctor Doom movie? I don't think they're going to do a Doctor Doom movie. That would be stupid. The one thing I like about Marvel is they don't do stupid shit. And what I mean by that is where you have for example, Sony. We're going to do a Venom movie. How are you going to do a Venom movie without Spider-Man? They did it. I didn't like it. Other people like it, but I think it was fucking stupid. Now we're gonna have a Morbius movie and a Craven movie, and it's fucking batshit crazy. It's batshit crazy. So I don't think Kevin Feige's not gonna do a Doctor Doom movie. If anything, we're gonna get a Doctor Doom cameo to set up him as a villain in another movie. Either he's going to be at the end of Endgame, or they'll introduce him somehow in some other way to set him up as a big villain in a Fantastic Four movie or an Avengers movie. But they're not going to do a Doctor Doom movie. That would be fucking ludicrous and stupid. Okay? Fox is stupid. That's why they're no longer in business. Sony is stupid. That's why eventually Disney's going to buy them too. Warner Brothers is stupid, but they got a batshit load of money. So until then, I really don't know. So, yeah, I don't see them doing a Doctor Doom movie at all. Jonathan writes, with Shazam and Endgame out in April, do you think Hellboy has a chance at the box office? Hellboy has no chance in hell. I'm actually looking forward to it because I think it's kind of funny. And I like the actor who's playing Hellboy from Stranger Things. But Hellboy's coming in at the wrong damn time. Hellboy should have came out before Captain Marvel. That way it can get some box office. Because Hellboy never made a lot of money in the first place. And now Hellboy is going to come out and it's going to be a smaller movie. And it's rated R, so you're already eliminating half the potential audience that can go see this movie. And you're going to be around the same time Shazam comes out. And I got to be honest with you. I got to be dead honest with you. When you just wrote that, I totally forgot Hellboy was even coming out this year. It's like, yeah, it's not nothing I keep in the back of my head. It's like I don't wake up going, oh man, we only got a couple more weeks before that Hellboy movie comes out. It's like, I forgot about it. I'm like, I go through like this mental checklist when I wake up. It's like, oh yeah, man, we got Shazam coming out in April, Endgame coming out at the end of April, can't wait. Hellboy, totally forgot until you mentioned it. So yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna perform. I don't know how much the budget is on it. So maybe they'll be able to make their budget back. I don't know, but that will be an interesting story for me to keep track on as we get closer to the movie's release. Because I like following the box office on all these movies, and that would definitely be one that I take a look at. But I don't know if this one fails. I don't think we're gonna see another Hellboy movie. If this one fails, I do not think we're going to see another Hellboy movie because, the first two made money, but not a lot of money. And that's why Guillermo del Toro didn't come back for a third one because he wanted this asinine amount of budget. And they're like, no, our movies don't make that much money. Why are we going to give you like a $250 million budget to do a third one? That's crazy. So they rebooted it with a smaller budget. If it makes his money back, we might see a sequel. If it bombs and doesn't make his money back, then I don't see us getting another one. I honestly think they should have pushed it back to October. I don't know. Something about Hellboy feels right around Halloween. I don't know. I think that's when it would have done really well. But I don't know. I'm just speculating here myself. What else we got here, guys? Let me see. Sleazy Dog writes, what do you think was the first DCEU, or what do you think was DCEU's first mistake? Being reactionary. Being reactionary was their first big mistake. Man of Steel came out. Granted, I had problems with it when I first seen it, but I ended up really loving that movie. It's one of those things where the more you watch the film, the more you start to like it. And I really like Man of Steel. BVS, the first problem was the studio meddling. They came in and they just started cutting that movie in pieces. They're like, oh, you gotta cut this out, you gotta cut this out, you gotta cut this out. And then when we get the theatrical version, it's a goddamn mess. Batman v Superman, the theatrical version, is a fucking train wreck of a mess. Like, there is no coherent story throughout the movie. It's like, this character does this, and why is Superman being framed for what now? And how is that Superman's problem? And how, what? None of this makes sense. And then the Ultimate Cut came out on Blu-ray, and it's like, oh my god, this is a fucking great movie. It's like, it works so well. Why did they cut Zack Snyder's script apart? It's like, it doesn't make no sense. But by that point, the damage has been done. because it got such bad reviews that the studio's like, oh, well, we got to do this, this, and this. And then they secretly fire Zack Snyder behind the scenes, and they use the excuse of his daughter's suicide to make a clean break without telling people. And, yeah, so that I'd say that was their big mistake. It was the first when they started meddling with BVS and started cutting shit out. That was the downfall. And then the backlash, they don't see, oh, we got Troll Hunter with a big super chat. I'll get to you in a second, my friend. They don't understand that people's backlash was because the movie was incoherent because of the studio meddling. You know, they fucked it up. Our backlash was against the studio, not against Zack Snyder. Because if you would have left his ultimate cut alone, it would have been fine. But no, they wanted to mess it up, and then it was just a train wreck and domino effect all the way there. And don't forget, the same studio wanted Patty Jenkins to cut out the No Man Land scene, which is the best scene in Wonder Woman, out of Wonder Woman. Shows you how much they know. Troll Hunter hits me with, I want to see a Black Superman movie just to watch another freak out. There would be a freak out. Trust me, my channel would be busy because you know that other channel was going to be talking so much shit. So, LOL, I can't be a hunter if they stay in hiding. Who would you want to play Soups? Well, okay, hypothetically, let's say we're casting a Black Superman. And you guys are going to hate me for this one because I always butcher his name. But my answer is going to be Idris Elba. But now he's Deadshot, so I kind of can't say that. But you kind of look at him, right? You put him next to Henry Cavill, right? They kind of look similar, right? Their face is almost the same shape. They have almost the same body type, you know? And I think they look very, very similar, you know? So that would be my first go-to. I know there was talk about Michael B. Jordan. But Michael B. Jordan will be the talk about, like, any part Michael B. Jordan will be up for. Trying to think, Idris Elba was really my first choice, my only choice if I have to be honest with you. If I would cast another white actor, I don't even know. At this point, I don't really care. Give me an unknown, I guess. Fuck, cast a fucking Hispanic Superman. I don't give a shit at this point. Trying to think. Army Hammer people like to throw around. I don't know about Army Hammer. Well, let's bring Ben Affleck back as Superman. Why don't we just make an all CGI digital Superman and just make a CGI Christopher Reeves? So, yeah. Don't really know who I would cast. If you want to say black actor, I would go with Idris Elba. Yeah, I think so. For some reason, Charlie Hunnam just hit my mind. I don't know why. I think this is how my mind works, right? This is why Charlie Hunnam came in my mind. I said Idris Elba, right? He played in Pacific Rim, and then I thought, well, black actor in Pacific Rim. Oh, what about John Boyega? But I thought John Boyega Blade. But then I still in the Pacific Rim vicinity in my mind, and I'm like, well, Charlie Hunnam was with Idris Elba in the first Pacific Rim, so maybe Charlie Hunnam. So that's how my mind works. They like connect, like it's like a web. It's like everything connects. But maybe I don't know. Brandon Routh, I seen your thing there, David. That's not a bad. He was not a bad Superman. Just the movie wasn't all that great, to be honest with you. So anyway, thank you so much, Troll Hunter, for the super chat. Hope I answered your question to your liking, sir. E-Hero hits with another super chat. Extremely radical idea. CG animated DCEU. It's not going to happen, but here's the thing. With Spider-Verse, which I started watching it again last night and this morning, man, that movie's so fucking good. With Spider-Verse, anything's possible. The problem is Warner Brothers isn't going to scrap the DCEU to do an all-CG movie. I think they should do a CG series. Like, you look at the animated movies, and I'm talking about like the 10 or 11 that connect in one universe, which started with like what, Justice League War, I think was the first one, and then the last one that came out was the Death of Superman, and or the Reign of Superman, and that's one universe of movies, which I think is amazing. The best DC extended universe is that universe, like that. Those series of movies, like the you know, the Aquaman, Throne of Atlantis, the Death of Superman, the Batman, or the Son of Batman. Like, those movies are fantastic shared universe. So I would like to see them do that on the big screen. Problem is, I don't think Warner Brothers has the mindset of that. I don't think they look at animated and take it seriously. But Spider-Verse definitely could change their perspective. And not only that, I don't know, like, because animation movies take such a long time to make. And if you want to make, like, a good animated movie, like, really good, like, in the vein of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it's going to take a lot of time to do that. And I don't know if Warner Brothers is going to invest that time. See, the animated movies can pump out like 3 a year, but it's still the traditional 2D art style, which I would love to see on the big screen. I just don't think Warner Brothers has that mindset. So, but thank you, eHero Andrew, for the super chat. Darth Promise writes, do you think Michael Ironside could play Darkseid in the DCEU and should be motion cap? I don't know who Michael Ironside even is, so sorry. Jonathan writes, can you do a Jared Leto Joker impression? Yes, I can. Look at that, honka honka, or how's it go? She is the fire in my loins, and oh, honka honka. It's like, oh my god, his fucking worst fucking Joker ever, man. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. He was like a fucked up Richard Nixon, man. Oh, you trying to sweet talk me? Well, you know, baby, I'll do anything for you. It's like, just fucking awful, man. Just fucking awful. And Jesse Lopez writes, do you think Black Adam will be referenced in some way in Shazam? If they don't, I'm going to be pissed. I will be fucking pissed. Man, how long? Like, we've been talking about Flash movie and shit, right? How long have we been talking about fucking Black Adam and The Rock playing Black Adam, man? I swear to God. Like, if they had any brains, like, I honestly don't understand how they can't figure this stuff out. They got to be the dumbest fucking people over at Warner Brothers. You have The Rock signed on for Black Adam. They want to do a Black Adam standalone movie because of The Rock. You know, he's like, oh, I got my own movie. But what they should do is have the Shazam movie, post-credit scene, you show The Rock as Black Adam. Shazam 2, boom. Guarantee you. You show end credit scene with Rock as Black Adam for Shazam 2. Shazam 2 already made double its money. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. But that's only if they have some fucking common sense. Which, for the record, they do not. What else we got here? Kristavik 19 writes, have you seen Ralph the Movie Maker's review of Justice League? It's hilarious. How we recommend you check it out. No, I have not. If I get time, I'll check it out. But no, I have not. I never even heard of it. So thank you for sharing that. We got about 10 more minutes, guys. If you guys want to start throwing in more questions, we got 10 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. Let me see if I can see some questions up here. Solo superhero movie box office king writes, do you think Idris Elba should have been cast as Jon Stewart? Said, fuck yes. Yes, yes, God yes, yes. I believe I even said that at one point. I'm like, man, that should be fucking Jon Stewart, man. Can you imagine? Like, he's a little old for Jon Stewart, but if they go an older Jon Stewart route and have an older Hal Jordan, and you have, like, Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan and Idris Elba as fucking Jon Stewart, dude, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like, where's my $10? Take my $10. I'll go see it right now. Daniel, with a super chat. Do you think Jesse Eisenberg is done? Yeah, I do. I do. I haven't even heard anything about Jesse Eisenberg since that fucking god-awful end credit scene in Justice League, which was fucking pointless. That was fucking pointless. Like at this point, your universe is already blown to hell. You only have 3 Justice League members that are still on your payroll, and you're gonna bring Jesse Eisenberg with Deadshot. It was fucking not Deadshot. Deathstroke. It was just fucking stupid. It was stupid. I think Jesse Eisenberg done. And believe it or not, you guys can look up this stuff on YouTube. Jesse Eisenberg still has never even seen Batman v Superman. Someone asked him, like, well, what did you think about Batman v Superman? He's like, I don't know. I didn't see it. And, like, you didn't watch it? And Jesse Eisenberg, like, well, I don't watch movies I'm in. He's like, it feels weird. It's like recording yourself and hearing yourself play back. He's like, I come in, I act and do a job, and then that's it. And I don't rewatch the movie. So he hasn't even seen the goddamn movie. So anyway, thank you so much, Daniel, for that super chat. We got another super chat coming in from Daniel J. With all these subscription service, do you think we'll see the rise in piracy? So I had a guy message me out of the blue the other day, about 3 days ago, talking about, well, he's not going to pay to go see Captain Marvel, but in a couple weeks he's going to pirate it. And I said, well, I don't believe in pirating movies or shows, so I'm going to have to say good, because he came to me with a lot of hostile stuff, and I was like, well, let's try to talk this out. And then he came to that, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to let you go. It was nice talking to you, but I don't pirate stuff. I don't like when people pirate stuff. I think, you know, the actors and filmmakers and so on should be paid for what they've done. And by you pirating, how is that going to make its money back? And I'm just against pirating altogether. I have a friend that does it all the time. Like, he's hardcore pirating, man. Like just, you might as well put a fucking patch and a fucking wooden leg on this guy and call him Pete the Pirate, because that motherfucker pirates every goddamn thing. He probably pirated his fucking mom. So, yeah, I'm just not into that. I don't, because, one, I want the highest quality stuff. Right? I want to see the movie in theaters the way it's supposed to be. If it's a streaming service, I want to see it on my TV, 1080p, 4K, whatever. I want the highest quality stuff. I don't want fucking low quality and all this pirating. You pirated, whatever. That's your prerogative. So I don't think more streaming service is going to cause more pirating. I think people pirate stuff all the damn time. Regardless, you have people that are fucking cheap. You have people that are cheap that don't want to pay for things. It happens. So, yeah, and the sad thing is, these people that pirate will take that money and go buy McDonald's and spend more money at McDonald's than it would to actually buy the damn streaming service that it's on. Fucking DC streaming service is $10 a month. $10 a fucking month. What is that, like 50 cents a day? You spend more than that on fucking Big Mac. All right, so people do that all the time, and it drives me fucking nuts. I don't pirate stuff. I don't. Have I done it in the past? Yes, I've done it in the past, and I'm ashamed of it, and I don't recommend it doing it. But I don't do that. Like I pay for all my subscriptions: Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, DC streaming service, Disney Plus whenever that comes out, Marvel Unlimited. I paid the entire year up. So yeah, I want to see the highest quality, and I'm willing to pay top dollar for highest quality. So that's just my thoughts. But thank you so much, Daniel J, for the super chat. We got about 5 more minutes left. So you guys want to start sending more questions in, we can talk about that. Steven Metal Slayer writes, are you excited for episode 9? I am. I'm excited because I'm a major Star Wars fan. And I don't look at Star Wars like the rest of these people look at Star Wars, where they're like, oh, well, I don't like Last Jedi because it wasn't the way I wanted it. I look at Star Wars, see the story they're telling me, then assess the story and evaluate how that story fits into the rest of the universe. That's how I do it. You don't have to agree with me. People don't have to agree with me. I don't care. That's just the way I look at it. I am uber excited for episode 9. More excited for the Benioff and Weiss Star Wars trilogy, but I'm very excited for episode 9, but I'm not going to lie. I'm more excited for Endgame. I'm dying to see Endgame. And a lot has to do with where my YouTube channel went. My YouTube channel used to be movie and video game reviews where I just talk about everything in pop culture, to strictly superhero comic book movie news and reviews. And Captain Marvel got me more excited for Endgame. And as the days go by, I'm like, man, we're getting so close to Endgame. I can't wait to go see Endgame. And yeah, just can't wait to see that movie so much. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm excited for episode 9, more excited for Endgame, if I'm going to be honest with you. But once Endgame is over with and we all sit back, relax, no doubt in my mind, or episode 9 will be the next thing where I'm like, man, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for episode 9. So, yeah. Danny Graham writes, do you think they will reboot Dragon Ball Z now that Disney owns it now? No, that's not going to happen. Let's just face facts, guys. Anime translated into live action has not been successful. Alita has not made its money back. Ghost in the Shell wasn't successful. Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't successful. Death Note on Netflix wasn't successful. There's no history of it being successful. I love Alita. I think Alita was a damn good movie. I think that's how you do an anime property right, but it just didn't make money back. So, unfortunately, that's where we're at in the world. Stephen Metal writes, do you think Venom could cross over with Spider-Man in the MCU? Not a chance. Not a chance. And the reason for it is, yes, I love how people were also like, I'm not accusing you, Stephen, of this, but I love how people were like, well, Venom made a lot of money now, so now it's safe to put it in the MCU. Has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with money. It has to do with quality. Venom is not a high-quality movie. It's a crappy movie, crappy story. The plot didn't make no sense. The fucking, the script was all over the goddamn place. It was a mess of a movie. And it was awful. It was awful. The critics hated it. It made a shitload of money, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good movie. And there's no way that Kevin Feige's going to be like, yeah, put Venom in our universe. Even though it would literally be like a train wreck of an idea. Because then you lose all credibility in your franchise. So, yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Daniel Baston writes, how much money do you think Shazam will make? Opening weekend is estimated right now that it could possibly make about $40 million opening weekend. I am looking about $45-50 million. If it makes higher than $50 million, I think that's a big win for Shazam. I don't know how much worldwide yet. I have to see what the budget is. And I'm going to have to see how reviews are coming out and how that first weekend does before I can even assess what overall it's going to make. But right now they're estimating it's going to make about $40 million opening weekend. I personally think it's going to be 45 to 50. Anything over 50 that it makes is a great win for Shazam. A few more questions here. We got about 3 more minutes. Danny Graham said, did you hear that James McAvoy said that he wants to play the Riddler in the next Batman movie? You asked this question yesterday. No, I did not hear that. That would be awesome, though. But the funny thing is, we mentioned Jesse Eisenberg. I think Jesse Eisenberg would have played an awesome Riddler. Like, his Lex Luthor is the Riddler, to me, anyway. But I think James McAvoy is fantastic in everything that he's in. So I would absolutely love to see him play the Riddler. I'm just down with anything James McAvoy wants to do. I would love to see him come in the MCU, but who is he going to play? I'm not sure. I don't want to see him play Professor X anymore. I think they just have to go a different way with that. So we have about 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can find some more questions. I'm looking here. Daniel J said the budget for Shazam is $90 million, so it would have to make about $250 million to break even. Because you're supposed to take that and kind of double it, so or double and then like triple it or whatever, something. So I think it probably has to make like $250 million to break even. So if it can make $250 million, if that movie can come out and make $400 million, we're gonna see a Shazam 2 like that, guarantee you. So if it can come out, make $60 million worldwide, or on opening weekend here domestically, and have a good strong overseas number, and that movie can get about $400 million, I think $300 will be fine.